welcome back to my channel. I'm Aurora, and you are watching Drawsome. It's a weekly show, and we try and do our best to teach you, or not really teach you, it's not a tutorial. It's more of a challenge for me and for Jen to draw something every week. And you guys get to watch. And if you so choose, you get to follow along and post it on Instagram and, you know, hope that we feature you in next week's video. So try and do that. It would be fun. We have a good time. So today's prompt, perfectly in time for Halloween, potions. So that's what we're going to do. So this is going to incorporate several different things that we've already learned up till now, which is reflection, glass, shadows, things like that. So I'm going to start drawing a few potion bottles and see where it takes us. So here we go. So first of all, with glass, we all know it's extremely, it's see-through unless it's deeply colored. And we're just gonna draw a few bottles and hope they look decent. They should look good. I will be inking this when I'm done also. I'll probably just speed through that though. But when drawing glass, which is one of my favorite things that have a lot of reflection, it's important to remember that you're actually seeing the back side of the glass, the middle of the glass, and the front of the glass. So once you've got that down, it's a real easy thing to do. Not everybody can visualize things in like a 3D excuse me, in a 3D way, and that's basically what you have to do when you're visualizing glass, is remembering that those three things, you're looking at the back and in the inside and the front, and that you have to show the reflection of light off those things. And you have to remember how thick the glass is. That is always an important thing also. For some reason, I always start with the top of the bottle. I don't know why, I just do. Okay, now once you've got the basic shape of the bottle, that's when you start putting in your shadow and lights, so you can tell that it's made of glass. And if you see something that, a line that you feel like is off and it's not quite right, that's the joy of sketching things first, is that you can go back and make adjustments, change things, go in a different direction, whatever, instead of worrying about, oh gosh, am I going to get this right? That is the beauty of sketching. And you start doing the initial working your top way from the top of the bottle to the bottom of the bottle, and you know that it's going to have liquid of some sort inside of it. The liquid never comes all the way over to the outside line because there's that thickness of glass. That's what you have to remind yourself. So that liquid is only going to come over to where you're showing the inside of the glass. And then, oh my goodness, and then the reflection of that glass. So you'll see how this is split. This will come out, but it'll be on the inside as well. And then halfway through there, you'll show that it's glass again, and you'll just leave it. It's not always a fine, you know, a solid line that connects to anything. Now, because we've got this portion of this is on the back side of the bottle, you're going to have the front side of the bottle that comes around. Here's the liquid. It's touching the front of the bottle. And it's going to do the same thing on this side. This is the reflection. And it too comes like that. So this shows that there's glass between you and the liquid. And then we also have reflection on the glass that's showing the front of the bottle. And then once we have this down, we'll be able to colorize it, shade it, Sometimes glass will reflect what's in it into itself, so that you can tell, oh, that's glass. It has something in it, because that's what it's telling your brain. So, excuse me again. This is going to be darker back here. The inside of this reflection here is going to be lighter than the fluid itself. It's still going to be tinted the color of the fluid that's inside, but it's not going to be as dark because the light is diffusing the color. So you just kind of lightly, like that. This shadow here is going to be almost the same color as the fluid that's in it, because that's the reflection of the shadow. This here is going to be the same color as the fluid inside the bottle. And this is going to be, it's going to be like a combination. It's going to show that it's darker in the center, because that's the deepest portion. So we'll make this darker here. And this. Almost will be a little bit darker than what this reflection is. Working with light and shadow when it comes to liquids and glass is not easy, and it takes practice. There we go. And this reflection here, I'm going to go on a slightly darker background. Like that. Now, because it's clear glass and it has liquid in it that has a color, you would take a little bit of this color of the liquid and you would shadow just around underneath the glass, the same color. Kind of give it a glow a little bit. Now here's a little trick. If it's sitting on, say, a table or a shelf or something, the line of horizon back here, which is, that's like behind, it doesn't go just straight through, because glass is going to, I don't know what the word for it is, but it's always going to be slightly skewed. So it's going to have a little bit of a height difference. It's almost like the magnification of it is different. So there we go. Now, I'm going to shade a lot of this because I want this reflection to really pop. I want it to look like it's... Here we go. So yeah, there is a potion. Now, what I'd like to show you is if you're going to do something for Halloween, or you're going to be decorating with things, or you just want to draw a cute picture, whenever, let's simplify this. Let's just make this simpler. What you're going to do then is you would draw your little cork or whatever, what have you. It's going to be inside a lip of a jar or a bottle. And in order to keep all the shadows and everything, all you have to do is draw the reflection here, and this is gonna give you your, it's glass and it's full of something. And it's quite simple. All you're gonna do is draw this circle here. And then draw like that. So it's basically your same idea. It's just simplified. So if you wanted to, like, let's say put bubbles, you can put bubbles in it. So there you go. This is how the difference is. And you just lightly shade that in. It wouldn't even have to be that dark. But you can see the difference between a more realistic view of a potion bottle and a more simplistic, almost cartoony look of a potion bottle. But that's how it's done. Just make sure you add those darks and lights. The trick to glass is always remember the darks and lights. It has to have the shadow in order to have that light reflection. And that's pretty much it. And as if anybody has any questions at all, I'm more than willing to answer your questions in the description box. So there we go. Potion bottles. And there's so many different types and so many different shapes and sizes. It's almost ridiculous. So, you know, go Google some potion bottles and try your hand at drawing something interesting for Halloween. And I do want to thank anybody who's been following along with me and Jen. And make sure you go check out Jen's video too, because her picture is absolutely adorable. And it's really cute. You gotta check it out. And I will leave a link to that in the description box. So, yes, thank you again to our followers who put in a few things on Instagram, and here those are. And yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I hope y'all did too. And I will see you in next week's Drawsome video. And until then, love you bunches. Bye.